Hello. Hello, ladies. It's been a long time since I did a live stream. It's been ages since I did a live stream. And hubby got me a new computer. So I think it's going to be better with the internet connection that I have because my computer was really old. I didn't even know how old my computer was. Like, seriously. Hey, Deb, my computer was super old. And I didn't even know because, it wasn't broken or anything. I had it for a number of years. And one day I was trying to do some work on it and it wasn't working. And hubby was like, okay, we're going to get you a new computer. And I was like, but it's not broke. He was like, yeah, but I think maybe because your software or your hardware is so old, there may be an issue. So I got a new computer. And so far, so good. So I think I'll be able to live stream more. Hi, Annette. Yeah, so I'm excited. Yeah, I'm looking good on my end. So good. Wonderful. Stupendous. Okay. I wanted to come and talk to you today about something that I find very disturbing among women, among young women, and among Black women. And you guys know I don't harp on race a lot. Race is really insignificant to me in my life. It doesn't stop me from doing anything that I want to do. It don't stop me from making money. It don't stop me from traveling the world. It don't stop me from, working on my businesses, reaching my goals. I don't allow the world to define what I can have and what I can't have. And I'm sort of out of the matrix, I'm thinking of writing a book from that perspective, like the blue pill, the red pill. I've been talking to my husband about that because I'm long overdue for a book, and I want to write a series of books actually. And, I'm out of the matrix. So I'm not joining the oppression Olympics and crying about having Black skin. Like that doesn't happen for me. But I think for the younger generation, we need more matriarchs, more older women such as myself, to come talk about our life experience and how we were able to overcome some of our trials and some of our maybe self-image issues and some of our self-esteem issues if we've had those. And we don't have enough young women who have good role models in older women. The older women are trying to act just like the younger women. I talked about this, I think, in my last video. They are dressing more like hoochie mamas than 20-year-olds. They are chasing men and single. Generation X is single. That is the generation where the decline of marriage is massive. And, if you're one of those women that's like, I don't need a man, I don't care, then click off, this ain't for you because we need a man around here and we want one. But men can only do certain things for us, okay? Women can't do it for you. So if you're one of those, I don't need a man, you won't like my channel because I do talk about lifestyle. I talk about relationships. I have a specific channel for relationships, but this channel is more lifestyle, fashion, image consulting. As I go hard with my business for the rest of the year, I'm going to be talking more about image and image building and my weight loss journey that I'm struggling with, but I'm off lockdown now. So I got my crystal light and I got everything I need to kind of get me back on my Weight Watchers journey. So I will do a Weight Watchers update at some point. But today's video is about beauty standards. And I want to talk about the fact that I've seen a lot of things in the news recently, not even the news, on blogs, on websites, that I think need to be discussed. And some of this is going to be harsh. It's harsh realities that I had to accept. And some of it's going to be good because I'm going to give you hopefully some inspiration to help you be your own beauty standard, because some of us will never be able to reach the traditional beauty standard. Okay. First of all, let me talk about what the global acceptance of beauty is. Okay. It's going to be different culturally. It's going to be different by race. Sometimes it's going to be different with ethnicity, but the global idea of the standard of beauty would be a healthy weight, meaning you are not overweight or you are not fat, however you refer to yourself. you would have healthy skin, clear skin, healthy skin, you take care of your skin, and you have healthy hair. Okay, those are the three basic standards that I cover with my clients, that I cover with people who come to me for image building and things of that nature. These are the three things that you must have even to consider to be a standard, the standard of beauty. Healthy weight, beautiful skin without makeup, beautiful skin without makeup, and healthy hair. No matter what your texture of hair is, if you're black, if you're, Asian, if you're white, it doesn't matter what texture your hair is, but it should be healthy, okay? Because within different races, ethnicities, and cultures, there's going to be a standard within those particular communities, which I'm not getting into. That's not the point of the video. But overall, to even think that you fit into the standard of beauty that is indoctrinated into us through the media, through television, through magazines, through visuals, is you should be a healthy weight, your skin should be healthy and clear, look good without makeup, and you should have healthy hair. Okay, that's just the core basics. Once we dive into individual communities and races, nice teeth. Yes, of course, taking care of your hygiene and teeth. That would be just the basics of fitting into the standard of beauty, okay? You guys know I've talked to you in multiple videos that even I don't fit into the idealized standard of beauty because most of my life I've carried extra weight. Now, all of us carry extra weight in different places, okay? Some people carry extra weight in their buttocks, in their thighs. It might be in their chest area, in their arm area. We all have different body types. So depending on your body type, some people wear weight better than others, but nevertheless, it's still extra weight, which is going to prevent you from fitting into the idealized standard of beauty. But that's okay. We're going to talk about that. Well, it's not okay because you can control your weight, you can control your skincare, and you can control how healthy your hair is. And we all have to be accountable for our beauty and how we're taking care of ourselves. But even if we don't fit into those standards, there are certain things that you can do to be successful and to attract people around you and to be considered beautiful and valuable, and where you can excel in the dating arena, okay? I have had every type of man be interested in me. I've never in my life said, oh my gosh, nobody's attracted to me. I've had white men that have been attracted to me. I've had Hispanic men that have been attracted to me. I've had black men that have been attracted to me. So this isn't like a one box, like, oh, only this men are attracted to this type of woman. I know people say things like that. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Okay, it's not true. All right. So let me move forward. Recently, there's been two controversial things that have happened in the media that made me sick as a woman. It made me embarrassed as a woman, and it made me even more embarrassed as a Black woman, because Black women, to me, are becoming a walking contradiction in some areas when it comes to the plight that they say they have with, being a Black woman. And I also think the begging of acceptance from the world is counterproductive. I titled this video, You Can't Change Beauty Standards, because everybody is not going to think you're attractive, no matter who you are. No man from every culture, every race is going to think you're attractive, okay? And once people open up themselves to different cultures and different races, it may not be that they don't find you attractive, but they find other groups of women more interesting because maybe they didn't have access to those women at one time. So now let's talk about 50 Cent and let's talk about Vivica Fox. 50 Cent is, I hate to call people names. I hate to be like that, but he's ignorant. He's ignorant overall. We know how he acts online. We know what he says. We know 50 Cent is a troll, okay? Nevertheless, 50 Cent is a high value, successful Black man. And I can't think of many women, despite what they say online, who would turn down a date with 50 Cent if they were single. If 50 Cent walked up to them and was kind and was like, hey, I want to take you on a date. All these women who are calling him ugly and blah, 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 you know, lies, lies, lies. If 50 Cent actually walked up to these women, these worldly women, you know, I'm not really talking about believers because, you know, we live by a different code. But if 50 Cent walked up to these worldly women and said to them, I want to fly you to Los Angeles for a dinner, you know, they would be so excited. They would hop in the car and they would hope that it would turn into a relationship. So let's not be intellectually dishonest about the fact that 50 Cent is a highly successful man. While he is ignorant and he's a troll, he's still highly successful and he's not that ugly. Okay. He might not be the finest man, in my opinion. He might not be the finest man that I have ever seen, but he is not an ugly man. Okay. He keeps his body in shape. He keeps himself in shape. He is not ugly. Okay. He might not be fine or whatever, but he's not ugly. So stop. Let's stop with the lies. Okay. Now I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you an article where Vivica Fox, and I've met Vivica Fox. I think I've told y'all that before. This is no shade to her. I'm just critiquing what she said, the messaging. I'm not critiquing Vivica Fox. Okay. She's lovely. She's kind. She was a joy to be around. No shade to Vivica Fox, but I didn't like what she said because here's the thing. It made women look bad. And particularly, in my opinion, it makes Black women look bad. And so I'm going to share my screen in a second to show you what I'm talking about, because I really feel like we really need to understand that we can't force people to do anything. Okay. We can't force men to like us. We can't force men to think we are attractive. You can't force that. And if you try to force that, it's problematic. And even though what he said could be considered to be insensitive, I really didn't agree with that perspective, because that is not what I got from the situation, in my opinion. I just didn't get that 50 Cent was trying to trash Black women. Now, you could tell me if you think different, if you think he was trying to trash Black women, but I really don't think that's where he was going. I think that some women, including Black women, are extremely sensitive when it comes to men speaking of certain groups of women. And that could be Black women, if we're talking about just the aspects of being, a minority group, that could be that. It could be weight, when men address the issues of overweight women and obesity and this fat positivity and body positivity that y'all know I have no parts of. It's embarrassing. It makes you look pathetic. And I don't have any parts of it because it's delusional. And I told y'all that. I don't care who disagrees. I don't care. I mean, it's the truth. It's facts. People know it. And they can never refute the points that I have made in past videos about the fact that you never really see high value men publicly saying, oh yes, I would love an obese woman. That's my ideal woman. I just love obese women. That's the girl of my dreams. I love out of shape women with their rolls hanging over and their cellulite and stretch marks everywhere. Like that's the kind of woman I want, they're very dishonest about this. And maybe it's because they don't want to deal with reality, but reality is reality and it must be dealt with. Okay. So this is what I didn't like about what Vivica Fox said, because like I said, I think it gives Black women in particular, and this could be for all women with different groups, but I think it makes us look bad and I think it makes us look desperate. And here's the thing, if you work on your look and you learn how to bring out your best qualities, you only need one man to think you're a dime, and you only need to perform perfect your look so that when you are navigating in your career or when you're networking or when you're traveling or whatever you're doing, you're going to attract people to you because you know how to bring out your best qualities as a woman. And so those are the two areas that I'm going to address. I'm not going to be here long because I have another live over on Wifey for Lifey that I have to get to. But I want to read what Vivica said that I thought just was, first of all, Vivica Fox is 50 something years old. She's really too old to be speaking like this. This is not how older women speak online and in interviews. We just don't speak like this. We don't carry ourselves like this because we're supposed to have some wisdom after a certain period of time. So she said, he has such F-boy tendencies, okay? F-boy is a young girl's phrase, okay? Good morning, everybody coming in. F-boy, and we know what the F word stands for. I'm not gonna say it. F-boy is a cuss word, and that's something that young girls say. That's not something that a 50-something-year-old woman really says, you know? He has such F-boy tendencies. You know what I mean? When I read that, I was like, really? You would say that because you don't want anyone to challenge you or talk to you. You want somebody to sit over there and be a pretty little dog that you can just pay. Fox went on to say that 50 has opted out of dating Black women for a very specific reason. And this is the statement that she said that I found most disturbing. She said, "You can't handle a Black woman, can you?" Now, I'm going to touch on that in a minute because I don't know what it means to handle a Black woman. I don't understand that. What does that mean? Does anyone say that when they're referring to any other race of women? You know, and this is the disturbing part. And this is why stereotypes and negative views of certain groups are continually perpetuated in the media. And it has nothing to do with racism. It has nothing to do with prejudice. It has everything to do with sometimes you destroy your own community's image with the words that come out of your mouth. And so she said, you can't handle a Black woman. I think that's very interesting. So let me tell you what 50 Cent said. A lot of people took what he said out of context. I actually saw the whole clip of what 50 Cent said. What he said, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit of what he said, is he basically said that the particular women that he dates look exotic. Basically, I'm paraphrasing, but he said that they are women that basically look like they came off the boat. So I'm thinking he's referring to women that come from other countries, foreign lands, okay, that come and they look different than the woman that he grew up with in his neighborhood. And so he said something like, in some kind of ways, it's interesting to explore. You know what I'm saying? But they get mad. He is referring to Black women. And they say basically, you know, how did you end up with this, you know, MFA? And I'm like, huh? And 50, he says something about, he's referring to how Black women get defensive and angry. And they basically don't like the fact that he talks to women of other races. Okay. So I want to talk about this, especially for my young women who are coming up. You're still dating. You're not quite married and settled in. I want to talk about this. First of all, nothing that 50 Cent said was wrong. Whether you like it or whether you didn't like it, nothing that he said was wrong, besides the crass profanity and the fact that he's ignorant and he's a troll. Other than that, nothing that he said was wrong. He's telling you the truth, okay? Let me paraphrase what he's telling you. What 50 Cent is telling you is, when I was in the hood, my only option was Black women, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with Black women, because he never said that there was anything wrong with Black women. He never said Black women was ugly, that their hair was nappy, that they were stupid. You know, he never said anything about that. He just said, where I'm from, that was my only option, okay? Once 50 Cent became successful in the music industry and all his other industries that he's a part of, this gave him access to a different grade of women, okay? This gave him access to women that he never had a chance to be with. That is basically what he said in normal language. Because honestly, 50 Cent cannot talk at all. He cannot speak standard English well. He cannot. Okay. I didn't know what he was saying. I had to go read it because he's using all this profanity and chopped language and slang and ebonics. And I didn't know what he was saying. So I had to go back and look at it again. But basically what he's saying is, I didn't have access to this type of women. I didn't have access to these type of women. Now I do. And I prefer them. Now, a lot of people, we're not going to debate on whether that's right or whether that's wrong. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to debate about that. A lot of people love the black love thing. They're like, black love. I love black, I love black love. I don't know what black love is. That's not real. I think what they're referring to as two people of the same race coming together, breaking stereotypes, staying married, staying faithful, doing all the things that I talk about on Wifey for Lifey. I think that's what Black people are saying when they're talking about black love. But let's be real. There is a whole group of Black women who have divested from Black men, supposedly divested, meaning they no longer date Black men. They don't like Black men. And you guys know my position. If you follow me on Instagram, I don't care who you date. I don't care what race of man that you date. You should be dating for character, because character is going to establish all of the qualities that you need in a man: strong, masculine, provider, loving, caring, consistent, loyal. Character is what shapes all of those qualities in a man. And so if a woman dates for character, it really doesn't matter what the race of the man is. But here's the problem with it. Black women cannot say in one sentence, I'm divesting. I don't like Black men. Black men are poor. Black men are not providers. Black men are whatever you want to say. Black men. It's I'm not in America, but it's America. That's the American way. And then you can't get mad on the other side when men say, well, I'm not interested in you anyway, because I like these type of women. I like in shape women. Okay. I like women with soft hair. I like women that look exotic or European or whatever. Okay. So make a decision. Either you're going to divest and you're not going to care what Black men say, or you care and you're going to express yourself respectfully. So what I found to be embarrassing, even though I'm a old, married, settled in Black woman, what I found to be embarrassing is for the younger generation that's coming up under me of Black women, who these women are making y'all look bad. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. They're making you really look bad out here in these streets. They're making you look desperate, pathetic, and they're making you look bad because if there are so many options for Black women, they won't care what Black men say. If you're divesting, you wouldn't even care. You don't care. You don't care what a Black man says because you're divested. A black wouldn't even come out your mouth. You don't even care. You wouldn't even utter the word Black. Okay? You don't even say it because you don't care. So just like Black women have a right to divest and not be hated and belittled, 50 Cent has a right to say, I'm not interested in Black women like that anymore because I grew up in the hood. I was around Black women my whole life. I like these other women now. I have access to these other women that look good, that work out every day, that look how I want to look, that have the right personality, that are submissive, that are kind. I'm not going to deal with this group of women. Now, he didn't stereotype Black women. He didn't say all those things. I added those things. All he said was that Black women get angry because he doesn't date Black women. And I have to say it's the truth. But some Black women do get angry when Black men date outside of their race. And some Black men get angry when Black women date outside of their race. So what I want to say to that is you can't be a hypocrite, okay? You have to decide what team you're on. Furthermore, you don't get to control someone's preference, whether you think it's low class or immoral or wrong. You don't get to tell people what their standard of beauty should be, okay? You don't get to tell other people that. And when you accept that as a woman, that I may not fit into whatever the TV says the standard of beauty is, the type of men that I want, do not attract me. I'm attracted to these men, but the men that I want are never approaching me. Okay. You cannot get mad about that and then lash out at people for having an opinion, because that's what's great about being American. The fact that people can say their opinions freely, although it's not like that anymore. Okay. It's coming to the end of that, but he can say his opinion, whether you like it or whether you don't. So I want to show you one more article before I wrap this video up that deals with fat shaming, the idea of fat shaming. And it's not a real thing, okay? Fat shaming is not a real thing, and fatphobia is not a real thing. That's something that people make up so they don't feel bad about the fact that they're overweight, okay? That's just something people make it up. You just make it up because you want men to think you're sexy. But the truth of the matter is, some men do not find overweight women attractive. They will never find you attractive. They will never date you. They will never look at you. There are some men, beta males, they might smash you. They might have intimacy with you behind closed doors. But you will never be attractive enough for them to actually court you, wife you, provide for you, work hard for you, and say, this is my wife that I adore. Okay? We need to accept this so that you can make a decision for yourself, young ladies. As a woman, am I going to let weight trap me into this category where I have to always be on point? My clothes got to be on point. My skin got to be on point. My makeup skills got to be on point. My hair got to be on point, because I'm trying to kind of keep up with a beauty standard that I'm never going to be able to achieve anyway. And I'm not telling you something I heard. This is life experience. I'm an older woman now, so now I can pass this life experience to you. I would have been way better off dating at a healthy weight than dating at a weight that cut off a lot of my options. Now, thankfully, the way I'm shaped, the way my body was set up, the way my face was set up, I always was able to, attract desirable men for the most part. But I'm sure there were a ton of men that were like, nah, she's too big for me. Nah. So we have to be honest with young women about this, and we have to have real conversations, because if we don't, the next generation will be single and lonely like Generation X women. You will be single, you will be lonely, hugging your degrees at night. And a degree, which I have one, cannot hug you back, okay? No matter how much money you make, no matter how much of a boss you are, every woman wants a man to step up, provide for them, love them, and be that man in their life. Every normal woman wants that, okay? Because we long for companionship. As a feminine woman, that's a feminine trait. You long for companionship, and not just eternal girlfriend or baby mama. You long to be honored in marriage as someone's wife, and you want that man to think you are a dime. You want that man to be chasing you around the house, telling you you're beautiful, looking in your eyes, grabbing your behind. You want him to be obsessed with you, like you are just the best woman he ever seen. Whether other men think that or not, you want your man to think you are the dime. And that's all you need, is one that you also are physically attracted to, okay? But I'm going to tell you the reasons why women are always upset. They're attracted to men that either are not attracted to them. They have this long list of standards where they don't meet the beauty standard themselves. I cannot tell you how many women online I see every day talking about they a queen, I got this standard, and I'm this, and you, ma'am, you do not fit the idealized beauty standard. You do not. So therefore, when we don't fit the idealized of beauty standard, we have to take a reflective look at ourselves, not beg, not cry, not embarrass ourselves online. We have to control what we can control. You have to control what you can control so that you can start attracting the type of men that are attracted to you. Key word, the type of men that are attracted to you. If whatever your idealized man has never walked up to you and said, I want to take you on a date, then you are not attractive to these type of men. I know that sounds harsh, but I want to tell you before you're 45 looking around saying, oh, I never got married, I wanted children. Because I know some of you want children, you want a family, you want the dream. Nothing is a dream, nothing is perfect, but you want all of those things and you're afraid to say it because we live in a very feminist society. So you're afraid to say, I want to be a wife, I want this, I want that. But here's the truth. If the men that you're interested in are not approaching you, well, then you're not attractive to those type of men. And that's just the honest truth of it. Now, let's go into this fat phobia nonsense. I want to show you this one last article and then I'm out of here because I got to hop over to Wifey for Lifey. I want to show you this article from Madame Noir, which I hate that site. Like, literally, I hate Madame Noir. Like, they're very dishonest, feministy. I made up that word. Feministy site that really lies to women and Black women in general. But I go to the site because I like to see current events. Okay, so I do go to the site just to see what they're saying, what type of bad advice they're giving to Black women. I go over there and just to look, just to see what they're saying. And so I came across this article. I'm going to share my screen about Kiara Sheard. If y'all don't know, Kiara Sheard recently got engaged. She's 30 something at this point. I'm not sure. And I've actually talked to her before. I've never met her in person, but I've talked to her. And I did a collaboration with her one time for her clothing line. I don't know if she still has that clothing line, but she used to have a clothing line. Cute little clothes. She used to have a clothing line. And I did a sponsored post one time with her. And she's a big girl. She's, plus size. And so she had a line. So this article was called something about, it don't matter. The topic of the article is not important, but she was just talking about her toxic relationship and body shaming, which I don't believe in that aspect of body shaming. Because here's the thing. If you don't have a body that fits into the idealized standard of beauty, healthy weight, clear skin, without makeup, healthy hair that people can actually see. A lot of people, a lot of times people wear extensions and weaves, and you never really see their hair. And part of the standard of beauty idea is that a lot of women that 50 Cent is referring to wear their own hair. Okay, it's long. It's usually probably, it could have a curl pattern, or it could be, textured or whatever, depending on, what your ethnicity is. But like, a lot of Black women don't wear their own hair. Okay, or they very seldomly wear their hair. And that's for a number of reasons. I'm in the Middle East. The sun is really harsh, but I wear my hair. I'm about to take my braids out now. Well, these are twists, and I'll be wearing my hair out for a little while, because I want my hair to be healthy. I want my hair to be healthy. I just don't want it to be all the time. Well, I don't wear European weaves. Like, I call them European, but you can straighten your hair. I used to have a perm, but I don't wear like blonde wigs and like these long weaves and different, I just don't wear that because that doesn't fit my aesthetic, okay, of how I want to look and how I want to present myself to the world. I stick to what's true to my ethnicity, okay, and my culture. So I stick to my natural hair. I will do crochet braids in a textured style, and I will do twists, and I will do braids, because that fits with my natural of how in my opinion, how Black women look. Okay, I'm never trying to go and wear a blue wig or, a blonde wig or a blonde. And no judgment against people who like that stuff. That just it doesn't look classy to me. So I don't wear stuff like that. I don't mind looking ethnic, like a black woman, but I don't want to look ghetto. Okay. I'm not trying to look like Meg the Stallion. Okay. And wear pink wig. That's not, and I'm an older woman. So I know younger women, y'all might be more into those trends and, but even some young women, you're a little more classy. So you don't wear those like, those different wigs and all that stuff. I keep it true to how I would look as a black woman. So in this article, the article was saying something of the nature of like the way the article started, I found to be disturbing. And I think a lot of people are lying to overweight women. And now this goes past just the race thing. This is just if you're an overweight woman. A lot of people are lying to you, young overweight women, you young women. The old women know it. They just going to lie to you because they're miserable, and they're going to lie to you too because they want you to be miserable because their life is miserable. But this idea that people are afraid of you, people hate you, that's not true. That's just not true. It's just that a lot of people don't find fat people attractive, especially if you're morbidly obese. A lot of people do not find that to be beautiful, and they will not put you into the category of idealized beauty. That's the truth. And nobody really wants to say that because I guess that's not politically correct, but I'm not here to be politically correct. I'm here to tell the truth. So this article starts out by saying, it's no secret that we live in a fat phobic world. And when it comes to the entertainment industry, the problem is far more exaggerated. The biggest perpetrator of one size, shade, and type of beauty is the media. So it was increasingly difficult for people with darker complected, heavier bodies to break through. Okay, no lies there. There are no lies there. I totally agree with that statement, but let me tell you where the lie is. Let me tell you what the lie is when they were talking about this article. No one is fat phobic. Do y'all know what a phobia is? Do y'all know what a phobia is? No one is homophobic, really. Okay. Homophobic, fat phobic, all of these phobias that people are throwing out here, it's so dishonest because no one is afraid of fat people. Okay. That's what a phobia is. That is the fear of something. No one is afraid of fat people. They just might not think you look good. That's all it is. They might not want to see you singing if you don't look pleasing to their eye. Now, colorism, that's a whole different issue, but nobody is more at fault for colorism than Black people. Because Black people keep that colorism stuff going more than anybody. Okay? But even with that, you cannot force a man to like your skin tone. And you cannot shame a man into liking your fat body or your skin tone. You can try, you can stay all day long. I see Black women all day long on Twitter talking about fat shaming and fat phobia. And I look, because I'm doing this for research, for video topics. They're talking about colorism and how Black men are so colorist. No, Black women are colorists. Because if Black women wouldn't be colorists, Black men wouldn't be colorists either. It would help. So the whole collective is a little colorist, and that's a long-standing history, okay? That's why I always, when I taught brown girls, dark-skinned brown girls, I always told them how beautiful they were. And I never let students tease each other based on their skin tone. I find that to be so disgusting, to tease people based off their skin color. And I would never allow it in my classroom. I would never allow it. If I used to go off, I used to say, how you're black. How can you talk about her being black and you're black? And see, and this is rampant in our communities. And you know where it comes from? The parents. I don't blame the kids. It comes from the parents. Okay. So colorism is an issue. It's not like it's not real. But here's the thing. It's not an issue you need to be worried about, because you ain't going to convince a man to like you if he don't like dark-skinned women. If he don't like light-skinned women, if he don't like brown-skinned women, if somebody has that bias against you, you are not going to change that by trying to force them to change that view. Okay? If you are overweight and you get involved in a lot of this body positivity and you start wearing unflattering clothing and letting your rolls hang over and your big gut is hanging over your stomach and you're talking about I'm fine, and no one believes this. Okay? No one believes this, young ladies. Don't get involved in that community. Don't get involved in that I'm fat and I'm fat and I'm happy and I'm winning and I just love being fat. Who loves being fat? What sane person loves being fat? Ask yourself this. What sane person loves being fat? It doesn't make logical sense. They know it. The media knows it. The men know it. Okay? So you can't blame men for saying, I want a woman that's halfway healthy, that keeps herself up. She could be a little plump. She could be a little, but I need her shape to be cute. And I want her to look like that, because sexual attraction cannot be controlled. Okay. You are attracted to what you are attracted to. And so here's my advice as I wrap this video up. Stop telling men, whether they're black, white, Asian, what they should like in a woman, because it makes you look desperate and it makes you look like you have no options. And the truth is, a lot of these women don't have any options, because if they did, they wouldn't be online talking about divesting, talking about black men, talking about how terrible black men are, how terrible black women are. Same thing with men. They wouldn't be online talking about how ghetto black women are and how promiscuous they are and how they're all baby mamas. And black men wouldn't be doing this either. If you had the options, you'd be off living happily with your spouse, because the men would be banging down your door trying to marry you, and you would have a ring on your finger and you would be happily married. If you are that fine, you would be snatched up. So let's stop it with the lies and the foolishness. And let's not try to force people who don't want us to want us. If a man say he don't want to date black women, there should be crickets. No black woman should say nothing. Because we should be showing these men we don't care. We don't care, because we're going to use what we have. We're going to play up our best assets. If we need to lose weight, we're going to lose weight. If we need to work on our makeup skills, if we need to work up on our fashion, we just gonna work it. We don't care what you say. We don't care. It should be nothing but crickets. Same thing with body positivity, fatphobia, fat shaming, and all this other nonsense. If you think you are fine and beautiful, why do you need to tell us in every post? Answer this question. If you are 300 pounds and you think you sexy, why are you telling us every Instagram post? Because if you are so fine and you're happy, you're just going to show us your outfit, show us your lifestyle, and show us your providing husband. That's all you're going to show us. You ain't going to be trying to convince us that you're fine. So same thing for overweight women. If a man says he doesn't like overweight women, he don't want his women chubby, He wants you to be a size 4, a size 6. Crickets. Say nothing. Nothing. Crickets. That is how you value yourself, by not caring about the men who don't want you. Now, let's talk about how to get what you want. If you know you like a certain type of man and this man has never approached you before, well, you need to get that man out of your mind. They're not on your level. Okay? You need to date men that want you. It's simple. Who wants you? Pick from that bunch. Second thing, work on the things that you can work on. If you need dental work, go get it done. If you need to go to a dermatologist, go get it done. If you need to brush up on your makeup skills, go get it done. If you need to change your style and you want a consultation, join my Patreon community. I can help you revamp your look. Okay, I can help you do that. If you want to lose weight, join Weight Watchers with me. I have a goal in my mind of what size I want to be. And I'm not going to stop until I get to that goal. Does my husband love me? Of course. Does my husband love my body? Of course. It's not about him. Well, it is about him, but it's not about him. It's about being healthy and living at a healthy weight and not being in denial just because my waist is small and I don't have, a large gut and, I know how to play up my best assets. I know how to look good in my clothes. I'm an expert at that. I still need to be healthy. I still need to be able to jog if I want to jog. When I fly, I've told y'all this before, I don't need my behind hitting both sides of the seats on the aisle. I need to be a normal weight so I can have the best quality of life. And if you can't admit that to yourself, you need therapy. You need therapy because you're in a delusion. It's okay to admit our flaws. I have no problem with admitting my flaws. I'm not ashamed because every area that I need to work on, I work on. So anything you can improve about yourself to help you with your career, to help you with networking, and to help you with dating, do it. If that's dieting, if that's dermatologists, if that's revamping your style, your etiquette, your speech, how you present yourself, your hairstyles that you're wearing, a lot of things can factor into why you're not getting the attention, the positive attention. I'm not talking about being popular, but like the positive attention that you want from people, doors being open for you, people being kind to you, people being nice to you, getting favors, getting perks. If you're not getting those things, it's probably something about your look or your personality that's blocking you from getting those things. But don't worry about the men who don't want you. Don't say nothing about 50 Cent. Don't say nothing about Lil Wayne. Let them date who they want. If they want to date exotic, let them be happy. Let them be free. Don't be Vivica. Vivica is 50-something years old, still not married, still talking about 50 Cent. Ladies, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. There's no shade to Vivica. She's beautiful. She's successful. It's no shade to her. But in this area, I have to say, she's not making us look good as women as a whole. And that's my concern. So that's all I have for you. I got to get out of here because I got to hop over on Wifey for Lifey. But let me see what some of y'all said. Look for someone on your level. Otherwise, fix yourself to get the person of your choice. Facts, 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 facts. I'm a plus size woman working on my weight, but my man is slim, very good looking. He trips on me, so it's definitely possible to find a man that's attractive to you. Facts, facts, facts. And I will say, a man that has means and that has resources, for those of you that are plus, you have to ask yourself, well, why would he pick me? If he has means and if he has resources, why would he pick me if I'm the one that doesn't take care of myself? A lot of these answers are common sense as to why men don't necessarily go for overweight women. And also there are levels to this. Some women are extremely overweight. Some of you are just a couple pounds overweight. You just need a little extra. You're not excessively overweight. But think about a man that has means and resources enough to provide. He doesn't have to be rich to do that. He just can have a decent job. He can have different things going on for himself, and he has resources. Well, why would he pick you? A man is going to go for the best looking woman that he can afford in this world, in this day and age. He's going to go for the best looking woman that he can actually afford, that he can actually attract. And that is why 50 Cent is attracted to women who he never had exposure to. Doesn't mean he hates Black women. I never heard him say he hates Black women. I know that's the narrative, but I never heard him say he hates Black women. He's giving Black women jobs on his show. You know, I never heard him say he hates Black women, but maybe the way Black women come at him is problematic. Because Vivica said he can't handle a Black woman. So what does that stereotype mean? Are we ghetto? Are we waving our hand and jumping in men's face and fighting them and cussing them? What does that mean? You can't handle a Black woman. What does that mean? I need y'all to think about this. I need y'all to think about the things that people are putting out in the media about us, and especially if you're a Black woman. Okay, so that's all I got for you. Where do you find men? I would love to tell my other friends. I think men should find you, but I think it depends on where. See, it's hard to answer a question like that because I need to know like what state you're from. You should know the median income for that state. You know, when I work with with people who are single and we're talking about, you know, where to find men, where to go. Are you ready to find men? Do you got your look right? You know, do you know what you're looking for? Do you have a list of characteristics that are meaningful? So, you know, you can be men anywhere, but I think women need to have hobbies. Every woman needs to have hobbies and social activities that you're a part of. You know, I'm a part of a sorority, so I always had different charity events to go to, different activities, different, you know, social events. I try to get involved in my community. Even out here, there is a American Women's Club before Corona, you know, that I used to go to try to meet people, try to network for my business. You know, I go out to lunch frequently with people that I know. You have to put yourself out there, but you have to be confident to do that. And you can't be confident if you know you are big and you don't like being big, but you try to lie because you see bloggers out here making money off of being big, even though they don't like being big, because most of them have had weight loss surgery by now or have lost weight and glossed over it and haven't told you the truth and haven't told you the whole story. But just yesterday they was screaming fat. I love being fat. I mean, it's a lie, obviously. You know, I mean, it's laughable. It's obviously a lie, you know? And if they're winning so much, where is their providing husband? So who are you following? What kind of people are you following? Are you following people that have the lifestyle that you want? If you look up to some of these big women, do they have what you want? Do they have a providing husband? Do they have the lifestyle that you want? Do they have the look that you want? Do they have the aesthetic that you want? I just think that it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. And we need to be real with ourselves and work on ourselves. If that's therapy, if that's weight loss program, if that's personal development, if that's image, then we just need to do it. And I'm not going to live in denial. I'm just going to work on myself. Keep working on yourself and men will find you attractive. Exactly. 100. I think silence would be so much louder than you arguing. Why should he be attracted to Black women? Exactly. Let's be silent when these men speak negatively about your size, or if they speak negatively about your skin tone. Be silent, because then they're going to realize, they don't care. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I got to go hop on over on Wifey for Lifey. Yeah, I hope that the young women will take what I said and take it seriously so that you can win. And so that you can level up. So I will have a whole series. I hate to use that word level up. I think that's so like 2019, right? We need a new phrase, but I mean, I think that's just the word everyone uses. So I use it too, but I will have a whole series in Patreon about, you know, what we can do with ourselves to basically defy beauty standards. You know, if you're not going to fit into the idealized beauty standard because you're not at a healthy weight, you don't have the skin, you don't have the healthy hair, well, then what are we going to do to improve it, and what are we going to do to stand out? And so we'll talk more about that in Patreon, and I'll have more videos here. All right, have a good day, y'all. Bye.